For years, they've been popping up all over the state. Automated cameras to tag speeders and keep school zones safe.
But they've generated never-ending complaints to lawmakers. This year, the Georgia legislature could take action to reel back school zone speed cameras.
Fox 5 I-Team reporter Johnny Edwards was at the state capitol yesterday when the House passed two different bills back to back. Johnny?
And now the debate moves to the Senate. One option is to totally outlaw the cameras, another to keep the cameras but with strict reforms. But one of those reforms we found would effectively unravel the camera systems.
Mr. Clerk, will you unlock the machine?
Two votes by the Georgia House on the same day, with two solutions for the same problem. That problem, what to do about these machines that photograph and slap fines on drivers who speed through school zones.
The fines have been issued at a level of in excess of $200 million.
State Representative Dale Washburn of Macon pushing to ban them. He calls the systems entrapment.
It is unfair, and when someone has an unpaid ticket, they won't be able to renew their tag.
Before he introduced it, his bill received 100 supporting signatures, still facing pushback Tuesday.
Is it not true that I shared with you that I was on the scene the day that a young middle school student was killed by a speeding driver?
In South Fulton, an 11-year-old girl died in 2018 when a speeding vehicle struck another car outside Sandtown Middle School.
It's a terrible tragedy whenever a child is killed, but I must say that there is little evidence that the cameras would have prevented that tragedy.
Washburn's bill passing by a vote of 129 to 37. Then there's the reform bill, introduced by Alan Powell of Hartwell.
What we've got to here with 651 is a second choice.
His bill would limit ticketing to 2-hour periods on mornings and afternoons when school starts and lets out.
But a lot of the jurisdictions were running these around the clock, through the day, sporting events, and, you know, it just became suspect, and it became a gotcha.
But that's just the beginning. His bill also requires feedback signs telling drivers their speed before they pass a camera. It requires half of ticket proceeds to go to local schools for school safety. It sets limits on how much a city can collect from citations in relation to their police budget.
The bill I passed was pretty radical about putting guardrails around this.
But pay attention to what Powell's bill eliminates: unpaid school zone tickets being sent to the Georgia Department of Revenue, which blocks car tag renewals until tickets are paid. What's the penalty if you just don't pay it?
There you go. Either bill, we're getting to the same conclusion.
His bill passing 164 to 8. Both bills now move to the state Senate, which can make adjustments of its own. Something else we'll see in the coming weeks: how will some very large political donations factor into the ultimate outcome, including some sizable donations made to the head of the Senate, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones.
They have given a lot of money here, and so as far as the impact it has, we'll just leave it that it's obviously very important to them because they're making a lot of money, and so they are spending a lot of money.
The I-Team examined 4 years of donations from 3 major speed camera companies. The total, more than $700,000. More than $200,000 of that to the Georgia House Republican Trust. More than $100,000 to the Georgia Republican Senatorial Committee. $171,000 went to the Lieutenant Governor's Leadership Committee, mostly from camera company RedSpeed, with more to Jones's campaign. And we found more than $16,000 in camera company donations to Representative Powell.
I think if you looked at the outcome today, donations, political donations, don't carry any weight about doing the right thing.
Why do you say that?
You saw 2 bills that passed. It's going to probably put these folks out of business in Georgia. If it doesn't go through the Revenue Department, who's to push anybody to pay?
Bob Dallas, a lobbyist for Blue Line Solutions, told me today the company wants to keep ticketing throughout school days as kids come and go all day long. And as for blocking car tag registrations, they'd like to keep that in place too. At the live desk, Johnny Edwards, Fox 5 News.
Johnny, thanks.